So it's been a while since I played ESO and really gotten into it, but I feel like I'm finally getting into it again. With the Blackwood chapter coming out, it's been an absolute blast so far. I absolutely love the new companion system. It's so fucking cool. I think there's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done on it. Some of the AI is kind of crazy. There's only two companions right now, however, they have a lot of depth. And I think the RNG on the companion gear is way too low. They need to make that a lot better because right now it's too fucking ridiculous that the drop rate on this shit is like crazy fucking low. But other than that, Blackwood's been fantastic. I This was actually the first MMO I've ever played. I played before the one Tamriel update in 2015. That's how you know I'm a fucking OG on this game. And yeah, it's really fantastic in a lot of ways. There are some things we're going to be talking about that are just, ugh, bullshit. But yeah, absolutely, love this game in a lot of aspects. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first thing here is, honestly, you guys know I fucking love Guild Wars 2, right? It's my favorite game of all time. I fucking love that game to death. But I will say this game has a better, more immersive world than that game, which is very rough for me to say. Like, it takes a lot for me to say that. But given that this game is also built upon decades of lore from Tamriel. Some of the aspects that you've probably wanted to see, like the Orc homeland, or Khajiit, the Khajiit homeland, this one next elsewhere, and all that. They have that in this game, and I love it. Like this does what another Elder Scrolls game just can't do, and that it provides all the different homelands and all the different backstories. Now, this is 1,000 years, I think, before any other like Elder Scrolls game. So going to Morrowind, going to Skyrim, it's going to be very different from what you saw back then. But it also, has that familiarity to it. So it's very familiar, but it also has a lot of new shit, which is cool. And also, of course, we never explored the Orc, homeland or any of that kind of shit. So being able to go to that is really fucking cool. And it also has an incredible camera to it as well. So a problem I have with a lot of MMOs is that it's very zoomed out. You can't really see your character too much, and because of that, you don't really get to see the scale of the world too much. And I love that about ESOs, the camera perspective, and how you're not like zooming out a fuckload, right? You're able to see the scale of the cities and stuff like that. And that's also something I enjoy about Guild Wars 2 is that typically you'd be a bit more zoomed in than the other ones, and then you can see Divinity's reach and how massive it is. And yeah, I love that about this game. Some of the cities are absolutely breathtaking. I love the new like sort of castle thing that goes on with the Blackwood chapter. Really cool. Leowen, I think it's called. The city is very very cool, and yeah, extremely immersive. You also have a first person camera perspective, which is really cool too. If you really want to immerse yourself, it's really fantastic. And also another thing that I want to mention, I didn't put this on my list, but it has controller support. So you could also go on console and play it. I'm going to play the PS5 version when that comes out in a few days. But something I like doing is actually putting an HDMI cable from my computer to my TV, and every once in a while I will switch over to my TV. I'll hook up. Actually, what's really cool is you can hook up the PS5 controller like wirelessly to your computer. I don't remember if you could do that on the PS4 or not, but I'm able to actually go on my couch and play with my PS5 controller on this game, and it's really really cool how I could do that. And yeah, native controller support really fucking cool, and it's also got the best fucking world in an MMO that I've played. Like it's really awesome. Lots of cool lore, quests everywhere. My God, going through Blackwood, it really reminded me how much they focus on questing in this game and the lore and story. And in typical Elder Scrolls fashion, the side quests are more entertaining than the main quests, from what I've done. In Blackwood, there's this Delve quest that was so cool. It was basically about rescuing this group of crows, and that's all I'm gonna say. If you've done the quest, you know it was fucking hilarious. It was amazing. I love that quest to death. And going through the main quest in Blackwood was not nearly as entertaining as doing that quest. That quest was so cool. They also have very much hit or miss though for quests. Like there's one like a Fighters Guild quest or whatever. You had to help out this guy from the Fighters Guild. It was really fucking boring. However, the Delve was really awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. If you guys have played Blackwood and you've gone through all the delves, there's that one delve which has the quest for it. That's like you're aiding the Fighters Guild guy, and you go through that delve. It's literally the coolest fucking delve that I've played in this game. It's so fucking sick. And the delves in a Blackwood chapter in general are like most of them are fantastic. But this one, man, oh my god, it was so fucking cool. And yeah, the second thing here is going to be the build crafting of the game and like the whole overall like end game year grind. So typically, end game year grind in MMOs will kind of basically fuck you over. Like your progression will go to shit within a few months. All your gear kind of just is like, oh, you grinded, all the raids and stuff like that. Go fuck yourself. And they'll typically do that every patch or whatever, and it's really annoying. That's something I enjoy about Guild Wars 2 is that there's not really any gear grind past, you getting your runes and all that. There really is nothing you could do. Build experiment like lots of experimentation with builds, with runes and stats and stuff like that. But you're not really grinding for gear that much. That's much more focused around cosmetics in that game, which is something I enjoy. But this game has a gear grind to it with the tier sets. Oh, I haven't talked about this, but oh, I love tier sets. They're so fucking cool in games. Being able to collect a whole ass set of like a specific, set type and get really powerful bonuses for equipping more and more of that gear type. Like, why the fuck does more games not do this? Like, I'm it's mind blowing. Like, this is such a cool fucking idea, and I love it to death. And that's something I love about this game is that the end game gear is like really focused on that. However, item level does not fucking exist in this game. Like past like 160 champion points, it doesn't fucking exist. So you're not gonna be taking a break for a few months and then coming back to all your gear being completely irrelevant. Your legendaries you grinded for, Blizzard jerks off on you and says, "Hey, go farm some more soul ash, you dick sucking fag." Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking canceled for that now. Okay, I'm not making a gay joke. It's a joke. Okay, it's just a joke in general. But yeah, you don't have Blizzard shoving dicks down your throat and being like, "Hey, fucking asshole, go grind for new gear or whatever." Like it's not gonna be irrelevant. Your gear is gonna always, matter. And that's something I enjoy is that tier set system. You could also there's multiple different sources and multiple different types of tier sets. So you have ones that are literally if you want to just grind dungeons and you want to do that, just grind dungeons for the tier set, you can do that. If you want to go and experience the different sort of open world content for your gear set, you're gonna have to do world bosses, delves, all this other stuff. You can do that, and that's something I really, really much enjoy about that. And yeah, really fucking awesome. I love the system so goddamn much. Um, and yeah, it's really fantastic. You also, of course, have the skill system, which I mean, tons of skills, tons of morphs, which are basically as you level up your skills, you are able to add a sort of function to set ability. So one ability I think I was using in the video in the background is for the two-handed greatsword called Uppercut. It is an incredibly simple ability. You just uppercut your greatsword and do a lot of damage to a guy. The morph that I have for it is after you use Uppercut, you basically are empowered for a few seconds, which will make your light and heavy attacks do a lot more damage. And speaking of light and heavy attacks, another point of contention within this game, and something I believe for a while, is that the combat sucks horsecock. It's actually kind of solid. Once you really get the skills there and there, and you're able to really weave the skills in and out, it's a lot of fun. There is that animation canceling bullshit, which I absolutely refuse to do. It's really boring and just really stupid looking. So yeah, I don't give a flying fuck if it's a boost to my DPS. I'm not doing that shit. Suck my cock. I fucking hate that crap. It's fucking annoying. I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, the build craft overall in this game is really fantastic. You could really, you could be like a sorcerer, which is in games would typically be, light armor, magic focus. You could say fuck that and be a sorcerer fucking tank if you wanted to. Like you could do any role on any class, and I find that to be very, very I have a lot of enjoyment to it. Typically, people would combine like staffs of magic and then say "fuck you" to swords. I don't give a fuck. I typically go magicka based, and I'll wield like a staff and then like a big ass fucking sword or like an axe or something like that because I find it to be a lot more fun than just spam fucking my flame staff or whatever over and over again. And yeah, I fucking love the build craft in this game. The amount of variety with stuff you could do is very important to me. Playing Final Fantasy XIV and being stuck with one specific set of skills is really boring, very, very outdated. I love that about Guild Wars 2 as well. There's all the different abilities you could transfer between. And yeah, fantastic. I just wish we had more skill slots. We only have 5 skill slots, and if you're playing something like the sorcerer, where you have, if you want to use pets, you have 2 of them hogged up by pets. It's just kind of annoying how we only have 5. I wish there was like 10 at least or something like that. But it is what it is to each his, I guess. The third thing here that I love about this game is just the freedom of it. Go wherever you want, do whatever you want, and that's what I enjoy. A lot of people are going to be very overwhelmed by that. They like to be, their dick to be grabbed, and for them to be in a very, very linear environment. If you like that, yeah, no, you're not gonna like this game. This game is very much go whatever you want, pick your own goals, do whatever the fuck you want. Um, and I enjoy that about this game. I enjoy that aspect way more because I'm not being forced in a specific set of directions. Like literally, once you get out of the tutorial, the game is like, all right, we're gonna open up the entire map to you, and this means that you can go wherever the fuck you want at like level 2. If I wanted to go to the new Blackwood chapter at level 2, I could fucking do that. Like, how fucking nuts is that? Everything scales. I love that about this game. So fucking cool. I just love that. And yeah, the freedom to this game is fantastic. The fourth thing here is the constant updates. Like, this game is getting tons of updates constantly, and it's very reliable. Like, you always know what you're going to get with these updates. Obviously there's like new features and stuff like that with the chapters that you don't really know about. Like, this time we're supposed to get a class, but instead we got companions, which I enjoy the companions so fucking much. They are very, very flawed. They have some shitty systems. Like I said earlier, the drop rate on the companion gear is ridiculously fucking low. But other than that, it's a fantastic system, and I absolutely love it. I prefer that way more over a class. The fact that my lonely ass can explore the world and finally have a companion with me is fantastic, and I'm sure we'll be seeing this system expanded upon in the future with more companions. Hopefully, even in the mini DLCs that we get, we will see more companions. That'd be really fucking cool. And yeah, they have their own backstory. You do a little quest with them, and you're able to really partner with them, and that's something I really enjoy about it. It's not like going up to a companion and being like, "Oh, how's Carl? Okay, come with me." Like, you have to do a quest to earn their trust, and then you go out and fuck shit up with them. And yeah, it felt like it really took the old Elder Scrolls companion system with like Skyrim and really expanded upon it and made it more modern. And that's something I really enjoyed about the companions with the Blackwood expansion. We have dungeon DLCs. We have a DLC that comes out where they add in a little mini new zone. Really cool. Love it. Constant updates, very reliable. And yeah, one thing that I absolutely don't like, and this is where I'm going to get into cons, loot boxes. Ah! Fuck these fucking things. I hate loot boxes with a fucking passion. Always will. However, they are adding in a Seals of Endeavor system in a couple days. You're able to do in-game tasks, go defeat 15 creatures or go do this dungeon or whatever, and you're able to earn Seals of Endeavor, which then you could use on the Crown Crate items. Cool. I like that. I like the fact that we're finally able to earn those Crown Crate items instead of having to butt fuck our money into them. We're able to earn the Radiant Apex mounts, and there is absolutely no doubt in my mind this is going to be a fuck-festive grind, but at least that option is there. And yeah, but honestly, fuck this game and fuck this company for doing loot boxes. And honestly, Bethesda or whoever's deciding to do loot boxes, suck the cum off of my sack, because go fuck yourself. Loot boxes suck ass. I hate them with a goddamn fucking passion and wish they wouldn't exist in this fucking game. And you may be saying, well, Guild Wars 2 has loot boxes. Well, first of all, they're not nearly as prevalent as in this game. They rarely ever add stuff to them. It's basically just direct purchases in that game. And I love that. The prices in ESO are fucking ridiculous too with the microtransactions. Guild Wars 2 is much more tame in that aspect. And the shit in the loot boxes, you could be sold on the trading post. So you could literally just go and buy the shit from the trading post from other players, and it's way cheaper and a way better idea to do it. And yeah, I enjoy that way fucking more than this stupid shit. Fuck the monetization in this game. Another thing is you'll see people talking about this, the optional subscription. Yeah, it technically is optional, right? But unless if you want to carry around a fuckload of crafting materials with you, you should really get ESO Plus. And that will give you the craft bag, which in Guild Wars 2, you get for free with the material storage system, yeah, obviously it's not unlimited, but you can expand it and not have to pay a fucking subscription every month to do that. And a subscription overall, besides the craft bag and being able to get like what 10% more experience. Other than that, it provides basically nothing that's really cool to me, and is really only worth it just for those two aspects to it. And the fact that you get all the DLCs for free, well, for quote unquote free, you're still playing it. You just don't have to go out of your way and buy that shit. And you also get crowns every month. So it is worth it, barely, but yeah, if you play the game a lot, I would definitely say it's worth it. But you can technically play it without it, so I think that's a positive. It's just if you want to play a game a lot and you want to be efficient, you should really get the sub, and that's exactly what I've done because I'm a hypocritical piece of shit. And so at the end of the day, ESO versus Guild Wars 2 is a big topic for me. Maybe not for a lot of the community, but for me as a avid Guild Wars 2 player of over 1,000 hours in the game, I love ESO. It does a lot of good shit. And whenever I get bored of Guild Wars 2, I will come to ESO. But ultimately, my favorite game over the two has to be Guild Wars 2. It has a much better pro-consumer system and a lot of quality of life features that are either sold or just don't exist in ESO. And yeah, that's just something I really enjoy about Guild Wars 2. It is leaps and bounds feature-wise over every other MMO on the market and is just criminally underlooked by people. Whenever I see people talk about Guild Wars 2 is dead, it's like, shut the fuck up. It's still one of the most played MMOs on the goddamn market, and I come from Destiny. I have a very, very long history of Destiny ever since 2015, and I'm very much used to hearing that dead game bullshit. So shut your goddamn mouth. Guild Wars 2 is far from a fucking dead game, and I absolutely love that game to death. I will fucking die on my deathbed with the Lion's Arch theme, okay? Fuck you guys who say that shit's dead. Anyway, yeah. ESO, like I said in the title, brilliant but extremely flawed. At the end of the day, like I said, when I get bored of Guild Wars 2, this is the go-to game for me to go to. I love this game. But yeah, and I'm sure for a lot of people, ESO will be a better experience than Guild Wars 2. But Guild Wars 2 is very much more of a acquired taste. And that sounds so fucking like, like a superior complex. But I don't know. The peasants? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, that's going to cover it. And peace. Like I said, Bethesda, suck my balls. Fucking crown crates, dude. Jesus Christ.